The movie delves into the darkest realms of devilish beliefs, offering shocking insights into the birth of the Antichrist. A sequel to the Omen series, it captivates viewers with glorifying yet horrifying scenes. Father Brennan meets another priest confessing a serious sin and showing him a mysterious picture of a girl. Lost in thought, Father Brennan recalls disturbing flashbacks of a naked woman with blackened eyes undergoing mysterious rituals. Before he can reveal more, the priest meets a grisly end, struck by a pole that pierces his skull. The scene shifts to Rome in 1971 amid civil rights protests, setting the stage for unsettling events to unfold. Margaret, an American, takes her vows as a nun in Rome. Two priests, including Cardinal Lawrence, escort her to a shelter in the US. There, she meets Carlita, a strange girl who exhibits concerning behavior. Despite the kindness of the sisters, Margaret grapples with Carlita's oddity and her own roommate's rebellious spirit. Soon, Margaret loves living here, but every day she had strange things happening to her. In this orphanage, she had strange dreams, and she thinks the things or ghosts she used to see are just imaginations. Margaret learned the language and habits of this place while she lives here, and she gets along with the kids. She sees that Carlita, her new friend from the first day, doesn't get along with other girls. She was locked in her room most of the time, and she was kept away from other people for treatment because she believes to have bad habits of calling names and seeing things. Hence, she is considered mentally unstable. Margaret found out everything from Carlita's friends and was shocked to learn that Carlita is of age 12, but didn't look anything like these kids. She looked like a big adult girl. Her roommate is getting ready for a party and she forces Margaret to go to the party. She got ready for the party and takes her in a super hot outfit. They have a good time here. She had the first drink of life. After having a drink, she dances with a boy, and while dancing, she tries to lick the boy's face like how Carlita licked. The morning after the party, Margaret wakes up feeling unsettled by the previous night's events. Her friend assures her that everything was fine and that she was safely returned to her room, but Margaret remains uneasy. She regrets her decision to drink and apologizes for her behavior, vowing to be more careful in the future. Later, Margaret meets Father Brennan at a different location, and he cautions her against trusting the other girls at the orphanage, particularly Carlita. Despite his warning, Margaret feels sympathy for Carlita's troubled state and grows closer to her. She notices Carlita's isolation from the other nuns and tries to comfort her when she confides about seeing terrifying things during their meetings. Margaret also admits to experiencing haunting flashbacks, but reassures Carlita that they will eventually pass. During their conversation, Margaret witnesses another girl giving birth, but instead of a child, she sees a demonic hand emerging from her body. Overwhelmed by fear, Margaret faints. She also ponders about the identity of the fathers of the children born at the orphanage, adding to her growing sense of dread and confusion. Margaret's search for answers within the orphanage led her to unsettling encounters. The priest, Cardinal Lawrence, offered little solace. Witnessing nuns smoking with the children raised suspicions, as did a secretive exchange between a woman and Carlita, a fellow resident. Carlita's possession of a disturbing drawing Margaret had made intensified her unease. Sister Agnes's strange behavior, including forbidding Margaret from interacting with Carlita, followed by a baffling kiss on the cheek, added to the mystery. The chaos peaked when Sister Agnes set herself ablaze on the rooftop, ominously declaring the act was for both Margaret and Carlita. This shocking revelation prompted Margaret to seek Father Brennan for answers, leading to the revelation that Carlita was the Antichrist. Margaret, grappling with the unsettling revelation about Carlita, is tasked by Father Brennan to investigate further into the girl's mysterious past. Despite her skepticism, Margaret agrees to help, driven by a desire to uncover the truth. During a field trip with the children, Margaret discreetly questions a new charity priest about Carlita's background, but receives little information. Meanwhile, the sisters, under orders to monitor Margaret closely, thwart her attempts to speak with Carlita freely. Undeterred, Margaret seeks a private conversation with Carlita, hoping to uncover clues about her enigmatic past. Margaret's search for truth leads her to witness seemingly possessed by the deceased sister's soul. Terrified, Carlita screams, drawing intervention from another sister. Outside, riots and fires escalate amidst the civil rights movement. Margaret's inquiries endanger the shelter's safety, prompting her to consider leaving. Yet, a mysterious force pulls her back as she encounters a sister warning her about Kalita. Undeterred, Margaret confronts the boy from the club, consumed by fear and seeking answers about the previous night's events. Margaret's search for answers leads her to discover chilling revelations. The files she finds in the orphanage's secret room indicate that 14 girls, including Kalita, were born at 6 a.m. on June 6, marked with the devil's sign 666. Kalita, the 14th girl, survived while others perished. Realizing Kalita's true identity as the Antichrist's daughter, Margaret flees with her and the incriminating paperwork. However, the nuns catch them and Margaret witnesses the 666 mark in Kalita's mouth, confirming her suspicions. Margaret is later plagued by a haunting vision of a sinister girl from her dreams. Seeking guidance, she turns to Father Brennan, who holds Kalita's files. Despite Margaret's revelations, Father Brennan fails to recognize Kalita's significance in the picture. Father Brennan realizes that the information was manipulated and another woman, not Kalita, is a true Antichrist. And Father Brennan identifies the real Antichrist from a photo showing the 666 mark. Interrupting a ritual in progress, they find the nuns and children bound with another girl, not Kalita, at the center of the ceremony. Father Brennan attempts to stop the ritual but is killed in the ensuing fight. Margaret escapes but is captured and taken to the ritual site, where she, along with the other children, is tied up. Kalita unexpectedly is also involved in the ritual. The leader of the Satan's chief arrives, and a prayer to the devil changes Margaret's perception as she becomes completely evil. Margaret, a young orphan, stumbles upon a horrifying truth. The seemingly pious orphanage hides a sinister plot. Margaret, unknowingly, is a part of a twisted lineage, the daughter of the woman who birthed the Antichrist. Twins are born, a boy and a girl. Margaret, in a desperate act of defiance, tries to kill her son, whom they believe to be the Antichrist, but fails. The orphanage burns down Margaret's home, taking the boy, Damien, and leaving her with her daughter. The boy is sent to Washington, D.C., adopted by an unsuspecting affluent family, the perfect environment to raise the Antichrist. Miraculously, Margaret and her daughter escape the fire. 5 years pass and they find a peaceful life with Kalita, another orphan who may also have been intended as the Antichrist's vessel. However, their tranquility shatters at the funeral of Margaret's rescuers. Father Brennan reveals that Damien, now a seemingly normal boy, has been raised by the same sinister faction of the church.